Okay. There are a couple things I want to take care of. And then we are going to head straight into the Great Crater of Paldea. First thing, though, does anyone remember where Medali is? Okay, I'll go to Porto Marinata first, because one of the things that I want to pick up is there. See, since we finished the game, technically, I felt like going ahead and breaking the no spoilers rule, which means I went and viewed some spoilers. And so I know that there are a couple of useful items that I've had access to for a good while, but didn't know they were there. One is here in Porto Marinata. The other is in Medali. There's a TM for surf. Not what I'm here for. I've had that for a while, but I will take it. Is that it? No. Oh, it's probably over here in the industrial area. Hello. Yes, Salt Vest. See, that's an item that I wish I'd had for a long time prior to this, because there are any number of situations that I could have used it in. Hey, be marching. Hey, Emmy. Welcome to the stream. Oh, thank you for the motivational gif, Emmy. I should probably look at it, but I'm streaming right now, so I guess it'll have to wait. It's a pity, but what can be done? Seriously though, where on earth is Medali? Hang on. Los Platos. Artisan. Cortando. Alfornada. Cascarafa. Ah, Medali. Now I'll go ahead and give it a look at me. Besides, loading in this game takes a while. That is a pretty good motivational gif, I'll admit it. I feel very confident now. Slightly less confident now that I think of the fact that I have to find an item that I somehow missed in a city that I actually took the time to look through. which means it's not easy to find. Yes, I know I'm glowing. I've got the blinds slightly open and it's a very sunny day. Is this it? If this is it, I'm actually going to be bothered. Okay, this is not it. Could that be it? Oh my gosh, I missed this one area, and that's what's been keeping me from getting the leftovers this entire game. You think it's just all that confidence? Nah. I mean, just look at this. Okay, well, luckily Medali is actually right next to where we're trying to go. Oh, hang on, there's something on that roof. We just rammed a child and it did nothing. This game isn't realistic at all. Ramming children is very effective. Be sure to try this. See, I could just go through the gate there. But this seems like the best way to get on top of the buildings in Medali here. Wasn't sure if I was going to land that. So yeah, as of this point, I should be clear that the Nuzlocke is, in my eyes, over. In future runs, I expect in future runs of Scarlet and Violet, I expect I'll carry the Nuzlocke on through the whole of the post game, because it really is kind of the climax of the game. But for this one, this playthrough has been pretty long, just because, well, it was a blind playthrough and that forced some extra caution and slowed things down a good bit. And I kind of just want to make sure that it actually gets finished up today. So we are just going to dive into the Great Crater with the Pokemon that we still have alive. And charge through the post-game as fast as we can. This is the Zero Gate. It was made so researchers could try to observe the inside of the Great Crater of Paldea, what folks call Area Zero. It's our ticket down into the crater. Oh, and speaking of the crater, you know that Pokemon of yours, the one I gave you? Area Zero is apparently where Koraidon was born or something like that. Maybe it'll be happy that it can finally come back home. Not that I really... Arvin, I liked you, but that line... Just put that line away. Anyway, our two new teammates should be waiting for us inside the Zero Gate. Guess we should head in. So yeah, after all of that, after finishing all 3 routes, we unlock the final path. The final road. The way home. Oh, kinda dark in here. How goes it, Nimona? Arvin said there'd be tons of strong Pokemon, so here I am. Once she heard she'd get to battle awesome Pokemon, she was here in a second. You're an annoying little pest at the academy, but I guess you could come in handy for this. Spoken like a guy who wants to get beaten in a battle. But more importantly, why is it so dark, and where are the awesome Pokemon? Yeah, it is weird that the lights are off. Last time I was here, the electricity was up and running, but now... Ah, thank you, Penny. Yeah. They're on power saving mode. I hacked into the system controls and overrode the settings. Oh, it's you, the kid with the fluffy Eevee bag. I guess. My name's Penny. Well, hey, we've never actually got to talk. I'm Nimona. I'm in Class 1A. You must be some kind of tech whiz. Do you like Pokemon battling? Oh my. You talk like way too much. Thank you, Penny. Oh, Penny is ascending. The director introduced us. When you need someone good with tech, she's a no-brainer. Anyway, Penny here also agreed in a second when she heard it was to help Umbrella too. I'm not really the adventuring type, but I owe you, Umbrella, too, and I pay my debts. That's not old-fashioned, that's just having literal honor. Anyway. And of course, everyone knows me, Arvin. Biometric identification in progress. Hello, Umbrella 2, I've been expecting you. And it seems you've gathered a group of formidable allies as well. Sorry, who were you? That's my mom. Probably. What? That's Professor Sada? Nimona, student ID number... and Penny. I'm not reading off their IDs. That feels like it would take forever. Of course, Professor. Oh my gosh, it's such an honor to meet you in person. Well, maybe not in person exactly. Arvin, did you tell your mom about us? When would I have done that? To begin with, I'd like to ask you all to make your way down into the great crater of Paldea. You can reach the lower chamber using the elevator you can see to your right. Mom, please proceed below. Are they not on good terms? Must not be. Okay, let's see. So these are the Pokemon that are still alive after the entirety of the game. And these are the 6 that I think I'll be taking down into the crater. There's one thing I'm going to do first. There we go. Now Tall Goat is up to speed. Aw, why can't I ride Koraidon inside the high-tech laboratory? Access granted to lower level. It's like someone's controlling this thing remotely. Once you step through, you will be above Area 0. Umbrella 2, you have brought Koraidon with you? I thank you for bringing it with you on your many adventures. If you utilize Koraidon's gliding capabilities, you should be able to descend into the depths to reach Area 0. What? Isn't there like an elevator or something? Wait, did you say Koraidon can fly? When you reach the bottom, I will get in touch once again. I hope your trip is uneventful. There's my water. I get the feeling there's going to be a bit of a cutscene here. Let's do it. What's the matter with it? Scared of heights. That's what I'd say. No wonder. But no need to be scared if we go together and I'll weigh you down. How does that logic work? And they're gonna leave me behind. I feel like this is a really awful plan, actually. We're going to crash. There's no way Koraidon is carrying all of us. And now I'm back here again. I think I might have died once or twice there. What's wrong, Koraidon? Chose to go back into its ball? Arvin, you're really disregarding a lot of warning signs here. Wait a second, where's this? She's already gone off to try and catch Pokemon, dude. We already know this. Everyone, you have to see this. Area 0 is amazing. Come on already. I guess your ability would be own tempo, huh? Vital signs all within normal range. It appears you were able to make the descent without being harmed. Yeah, sure. Smooth sailing. Who could possibly complain about a landing like that? I had concerns you might fail, given the crudeness of the only available access method. I think your mom's sarcasm detector needs fixing. You should now make your way to me at the Zero Lab in the deepest part of Area 0. However, the entrance to the lab is barred by 4 locks installed on the exterior, which I cannot unlock. 4 locks? On your way to me, you must visit 4 research centers which were constructed inside the crater. At each station, you will be able to disable one of the locks. Do so as you make your way down. I hope you succeed. Imagine being in a lab that you literally can't unlock from the inside. Oh, wow, that's actually kind of crazy. So we literally can't use Koraidon while we're down in Area 0. I'm liking this music. Got a bunch of Jumpluff, a Giraffe Rig. Why can't I put Giraffe Rig away? I'm guessing it's... It's not giving me control of my Pokemon. There we go. Okay, so it's just straight up not we don't have a map for down here either. Huh. We got a mint. Lychee berry. Alright, let's see what levels we're looking at down here. 65. Oh, wait. No, I think that was 54. I think the 65 was mine. Hydro Pump is a TM now. It's kind of weird, some of the TMs they've added. Okay, so I see one of the research labs across the way there. There's this funky crystal stuff on some of the trees. Or maybe those are just, oh, there's a lab. Okay, well, we can't get down from here. It would be very helpful if I could use Koraidon right now. But I suppose they want you to have to actually explore rather than just blitzing through the whole thing. Yeah, go for it. Bubbles. Just beat up all of those guys. So we got a bunch of pinch berries around here. Why can I suddenly not walk? There we go. I don't know why it was suddenly slowing me down so much. Did I never teach you... Hang on, did I never teach you Thunderbolt? Why is it that every time I get out Farigiraf, they start this dialogue that prevents me from... Why can I not use most of my controls when they're doing this dialogue? It's so annoying. Oh my gosh, now they're fighting over me. Really? I'm kind of just having my Pokemon battle as we make our way down here. Because there's a battle at the end of this. And I have a feeling the level for it might do a bit of a jump. We got a Chansey. Okay, we found the first research station. Oh, it's a Glamora. Hey, it's a pair of Doges. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh wow, I kind of just expected her to one-shot it, honestly. Why are we double teaming this one random wild Pokemon? There gonna be a lot more of these rare Pokemon down here, you think? You think that was something? Please, you've got no idea how terrifying Area Zero really is. Wow, patronizing much? See, they were actually doing Arven's personality okay throughout the game, but now he's just the worst all of a sudden. Go fetch. Thank you. Wow, are these ancient ruins? No. They just decided to take away all of Nemona's and Arven's. They took away all of Nemona's brains. They took away all of Arven's being a good person for this section of the game. This facility was constructed 87 years ago as a way station for those surveying Area Zero. So that's why there's a bed. Looks like we can use this place to rest up if we need to. Umbrella 2, if you would be so kind as to disable the first lock on the lab using that central panel. There you go. Heal up the party. Oh, I can't go into the other rooms in the research station. Well done. Please continue your efforts at the remaining research stations. We've determined that this energy crystallization is linked to the being we call... Part of this is struck out. The interlocking hexagonal plates that comprise that shell must somehow cause this phenomenon, which I've dubbed terastallizing. Thanks to my prototype Terra Orb, I secured corporate funding for my research and made a laboratory in the lighthouse near Cabo Poco. Someday, though, I'll return to the crater and resume my study of these crystals. So we got some lore dropping. Oh, and it looked like there was a teleporter panel there. I'm guessing that allows me to warp out of the crater. Okay. So her emails stopped a couple of years back. You know, it's kind of crazy. Apart from that Glamora, I literally haven't seen any Paldean natives down here. We got a mint. Not one of the useful kinds, but still, it's a mint. Okay, you know what, Chansey? I'm really starting to... No, I'm not starting to hate this dialogue thing that takes away my controls. I genuinely hate it. I just want all the items. Like, I do want the experience from sending my Pokemon out against other random wild Pokemon, but... Oh. Sorry, Floette. Didn't see you there. Went the wrong way. And by that I mean the right way, but I'm trying to explore. We've got the time we need to charge through this crater. I didn't actually mean to start a fight there. There we go. Corvic Knight. Have I encountered one of these before? I think I might have done so during the Elite Four. I really do like the music here. Very eerie. Kind of an ethereal quality to it, I'd say. Can you fight the Talonflame? Hey, you can. Oh my gosh. Stop stopping me from fighting the Chanseys. Can I just please have the freedom to control my character? Let's head in and take a breather. I thought you'd have a bit more stamina. That wasn't a compliment, you know. Finally, a new encounter. If I'm allowed to catch it, I think I will. Oh my gosh, so cute. Umbrella 2, it's battle time. So, this Pokemon is called Screamtail, and apparently I can't actually try and catch it, which is sad. And I think I remember seeing this thing's type when I looked up some of the new Pokemon last night, so from what I remember, Bubbles is the best choice for this one. I don't know why it lights up like that. Look at that. That's so weird. So I think this thing is Psychic Fairy. I could be wrong. Seriously, what was that? Darn thing scared me half to death. It's definitely kind of ferocious for a Jigglypuff, wasn't it? No kidding. Come on, let's get inside already. One more jump scare like that and I'm done for. Oh, come on, Penny. We all know you're tougher than that. Well, this looks pretty much the same as the first station. Seems like wild Pokemon don't come in here. We should be safe to catch our breath. Seriously, what's with this place? That Pokemon. I've been wondering about that myself. I think maybe that Pokemon was one of these. Huh? What's that book? As we descended further into Area Zero, we began to catch glimpses of mysterious Pokemon, though we wondered if these huge, ferocious beasts were indeed Pokemon at all. One of our team suffered a brutal blow from such a beast and was mortally wounded, forcing us to retreat for a time. A member of the survey team captured this photograph by chance. I noticed a passing resemblance to the Pokemon known as Donphan, yet differences such as its sheer size and the shape of its back set it apart, as do its great tusks. So they aren't actually Pokemon? I don't really know. What do you think, Umbrella 2? Do you want to say they're just Pokemon, or they're just Pokemon? Oh wait, I don't think. I didn't see the don't in there, but I think they really are just Pokemon. Suppose the time has come for an explanation. Professor, some of the life forms you see now residing in Area Zero are ancient Pokemon that lived in a distant past long lost to us. Ancient Pokemon? What? That's awesome. Oh, come on. There's no way that's possible. The Zero Lab where I'm located contains a time machine. It summons the ancient Pokemon to this place. So the thing my mom spent forever researching down here, she actually got it working? Indeed, though the cost was catastrophic. The cost? But a time machine? You mean you can actually travel to and from the past? It's theoretically possible to travel to the past. However, for a being such as a human, it would not be possible to return to the present. Well, that's horrifying. Mom, you... Why did you call us here to Area Zero? Arvin, if possible, I would like us to speak when we can meet face to face. It'll be easier for you to understand once you can see the situation for yourself. Now then, Umbrella 2, please use the central panel here and disable another lock on my lab. You don't have this kind of locking system to keep stuff out. You have this kind of locking system to keep stuff in. Oh, welcome to the stream, Rafkin. You get some good shinies? Crystal's power is tremendous. Their unstable output made our corporate backers fret, but if we can harness this energy, it will open up research possibilities we've only dreamed of. At last, paradise will be ours to create. That's ominous. At last, I can resume work on the Terra project. I'll move my research to the Zero Lab this month. My team will be smaller, but no matter. The strong influence of the crystals makes our experiments much more unstable. Disable one of the locks. 9, 2 that were decent. Nice. Shiny Chespin's kind of some autumn colors, right? Well done. Please continue your efforts at the remaining research stations. Hey, Umbrella 2. You know that book she told me to bring? I think it's got something to do with this place. Or more like everything to do with this place. But I'm not the one she expects to fix whatever all this is. You are. I think you should be the one to carry it. The Scarlet Book. A record of the expedition that the author Heath went on within the great crater of Paldea. The book has the name Sada written on it in clumsy handwriting. Take care of it for me, okay, Umbrella 2? I wonder, if I open up my key items, can I read that? No, it won't actually let me read it. That's kind of rude. Nice. That'll be a nice shiny then. What are your parents like, Nimona? My parents? Normal, I guess. So her dad is big in the tech industry. Oh. See, there's something I'm curious about for this game. There's a part of me that because you notice how far it repositioned me. And he's just describing her family as unbelievably annoying. They're just talking about the sandwich my mom made. One of these days, they're going to give a main character in Pokemon a father who not only exists but is actually consistently present. That's gonna be wild. Oh. Just pick up the Pokeball. Thank you. You don't need to freak out that you can't go farther. It's just faster to hit the button and have you pick up the Pokeball. At this point, I'm just kind of banking on the idea that if I'm not going down... Oh yeah, I can see a research station there. But I'm kind of just banking on the idea that if I'm not going down, I'm not getting closer to the next research station. Dang it, Chanseys are really good for, EXP. Because, yeah, following the video game standard, I am trying my best to avoid progressing until I've explored other options. Jeez, it's a big bowl. Kind of like a giant nest. There we go. Oh, it's a Vaporeon. Oh, heck. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. I hit the heal button when I meant to hit the button that bumps a Pokemon to the front of the party. This is just really big. They're forcing you to experience the bigness of it by keeping you from riding Koraidon. And, like, I get why they're doing it, because they want you to actually explore the area instead of just bouncing down the slopes using Koraidon and... clearing out the research stations super fast. Like, I get their logic, but this is a lot to explore on foot. And the character, like, the PC in this game isn't exactly fast. I kind of feel like they should have waited to start the ominous music until we were further in. Like, I get that they wanted to produce a special atmosphere for this area as a whole, but considering how long it actually takes to get down through this, they don't really have a way of building it up. They don't have a way of saying you're getting into a more dangerous area. Oh, there's the lab. What if I ignored the lab and went the other way? Okay, so there's definitely a faster way to get down if you go... If you just cross, like, right there. Maybe there's not, actually. Oh yeah, I guess we couldn't just cross right there. I thought we could. Arvin, stop getting in my way. Fine, I'll do it myself. Paldea is really struggling to actually start battles for some reason. Got another research station. What Pokemon are we gonna battle outside this one? Something's gonna jump out at us again. 100% guaranteed. Three, two, one. I really want to catch you. It's Great Tusk. See? See? Wait a sec, this is just like that Titan Pokemon we saw. So it was an ancient Pokemon all along. Whoa, you've battled one of these before, Arvin? It looks seriously strong. Don't nod to that, Umbrella 2. I genuinely don't get why these are 2-on-1 battles. Like, if you're in here, you're guaranteed to have some strong Pokemon that can, like, you're guaranteed to have Pokemon that are higher level than these things. It's a ground fighting type, by the way. See that? Victory's ours. Maybe the one we saw when we were searching out the Herba Mystica came from down here. If we got things from literal ancient times roaming around Paldea, that's a major problem. Isn't Professor Sada doing anything to keep them under control? How could she let this happen? Yeah, right, because it's not like oh-so-brilliant Professor Sada ever messes up. I want to catch a Great Tusk. Like, give me access to some of these Paradox Pokemon. That's what they're called, by the way. In Pokemon Scarlet, we have Pokemon from the past. In Pokemon Violet, we get them from the future. They're called Paradox Pokemon. You feeling rough, Penny? No, it's not that. I've just been thinking ever since the professor mentioned that time machine. The Pokemon here in Area Zero came to our time from the past, right? So what about Koraidon? Isn't it pretty likely that it's also one of those ancient Pokemon? Yeah. Huh. I think you're onto something. It's kind of giving off ancient vibes. Its name even sounds pasty. Wait a second. I totally forgot. Hey, Arvin. You had Koraidon's ball. You should have told us. You told us all about it. And you told us about... You had Koraidon's ball, and you told us about its forms in the first place. You must know something about it, right? You still remember that from way back? No wonder you're everybody's little star Arvin, quit being a jerk. That Pokemon, Koraidon, that is, it was found by my mom when she was working on her time machine. Well, really, Professor Sada? You're just going to interrupt like that? Koraidon, which Arvin entrusted to Umbrella 2, thank you very much, was the first Pokemon that was successfully retrieved from the past by the time machine. Seriously? Though analysis of its genetic makeup as well as its behavioral through analysis, I came to realize that what I had discovered was in fact an ancient form of Cyclizar, the Pokemon still commonly ridden in this region. That makes sense, I guess. They do look alike. Many other Pokemon also came to this place from across the boundaries of time. I was never able to bring over more than 2 specimens of Koraidon. Huh, you mean there's another one around here somewhere? What if they're family? The other one could still be somewhere in Area Zero, waiting to finally be reunited with our Koraidon. A heartwarming family reunion? Exactly, imagine how thrilled they'll be if we can get the family back together after all this time. Family, huh? Yeah, that sounds nice. If we could proceed, Umbrella 2? Why do I have to be the one to unlock it? Like, I get it's because I'm the main character, but in story. I've successfully brought more and more ancient Pokémon to our time since the first one. I'm so close to creating a world like the one in the book, a paradise where we three can live happily together forever. I must make it real. What three, though? Our time machine research has yielded a triumph, a Pokemon from the ancient past. I've named it Koraidon. I was expecting one new life to treasure, but what fortune to be blessed with this gift as well. Please continue on to the final research station. I actually wonder if I can, like, get information from talking to the other people. Like, what if I try and talk to Penny? I don't really care to talk to any of the rest of them. What if I talk to Penny? These plot twists really tug at the heartstrings, don't they? Not that I'm complaining. So, there's a big ominous cave right there. But there's a smaller and less ominous cave over here. Oh, it's a Glimmet. Why are there, like, no Paldean native Pokemon down here, though? Genuinely, like, we saw some Palmy and Apamo. That's it. I suppose we could get a Dunsparce and evolve it into Dunsparce, but I don't know, that just doesn't excite me as much. Oh, finally! Well, we can encounter a Paradox Pokemon. That said, Psychic Fairy, again, really isn't what I'm going for, if I'm honest. course, you go after the one Pokemon that you have a bad matchup against. They do have some cool visuals in this. Oh, hey Cinderfay. I should get a lurk command, but welcome to the stream, enjoy the lurk. Look at these huge, gorgeous crystals. They go all the way to the bottom. One slip and we can kiss our short lives goodbye. Penny's the one with sense here. So the professor's down there somewhere waiting for us. And that's fine. Totally fine. Yeah, this is my first time going through the post-game. I kind of went ahead and spoiled it for myself yesterday, so I've got a general idea of what happens. But I wanted to go ahead and just charge through it rather than worrying about Nuzlocke stuff for this last bit. This place like something from a whole other world. Maybe you feel like makes you feel like maybe you already died and went somewhere. Is it just me, or do the crystals here give off the same glow as when Pokemon terrestrialize? There's got to be some sort of connection. Only one way to find out. Come on, everybody, let's keep moving. We've got to go all the way down. There's a Dunsparce. I am still kind of technically playing around one aspect of the Nuzlocke, which is that I still don't have my first encounter down here. Everything I've done so far has just been auto-battling. Because I'd kind of like to pick up a Great Tusk if I can manage it. Okay, I think that's just leading me back out. I don't know if there are Great Tusks wandering around down here for me to encounter, but this does seem like a place that they would be, considering it's part ground type and everything. Hang on. Oh, that's one of those. That's a Screamtail. Oh, well. Here's my first encounter down here. And I'm gonna keep this one's nickname nice and simple. There's only been one reported sighting of this Pokemon. It resembles a mysterious creature depicted in an old expedition journal. Screamtail. Let's see what your summary is. So yeah, Psychic Fairy. We've already got 2 Psychic types. Is what it is... Hang on. I think I know what you're talking about, Cat, but I will pull up the Pokemon I think you're referring to in a second. Hyper Voice, Psychic Fangs... Protosynthesis. Boost the Pokemon's most proficient stat in harsh sunlight, or if the Pokemon is holding booster energy. And now we've got an encounter trapped. I'm guessing you're referring to Bubbles there. The one next to me. In which case, Bubbles is made out of gold. A whole lot of gold. I spent a long time gathering all of the gold to make Bubbles. So I'm guessing that right there is the entrance to the lab. Huh. That's interesting. Oh. Its name is Bubbles because before evolving, Bubbles looked like this, and it made me think of the fish from Finding Nemo. And so I named him Bubbles. Then he evolved, but he's still Bubbles. And this is Sneezy. Sneezy started out looking like this. Very cute. Let's see, let's bump Sneezy up to the front. Oh my gosh. Hello. Oh, I didn't realize that Sneezy was so low on health. Hang on. Let's go with Talgoat. You didn't even realize that it was a new evolution. That's funny. This thing is a pretty cool design. Like, the names on the Paradox Pokemon are pretty weird, but their designs are cool. Stop running up to me. I'm not trying to battle you, I'm trying to battle stuff that Sneezy has the advantage on. I'm also trying to figure out which way to go, because I'm kind of confused now. There's an item over there. I really wish they at least gave me a map now that I'm down here. Yeah, I feel like they could have come up with a cooler design for Dunsparce's evolution, but oh well. Yeah. I like Dunsparce just because I think its classic para-flinch strategy is kind of fun. Like, I've always been a bit of a fan of para-flinch myself. Except when it's being used on me, then it's annoying. It is weird that they gave... It's weird some of the Pokemon they decided to give evolutions in this generation. Like, there is no justifiable reason for Bisharp to have an evolution. It was already an exceptional Pokemon. Now, if we're talking about some of my favorite Gen 9 Pokemon, one of my favorite Gen 9 lines is actually right there. Glimmet and Glamora, I absolutely love their designs. Also, Frigibax. I like Frigibax's design. And Fuecoco's line I'm quite a fan of. Honestly, like, I can't really think of any Pokemon in Gen 9 that I just immediately think I hate that design. So that's a positive. Professor, you scared us. I'm sorry. Why is everything here all busted up? I'm sorry. Hello, children. Come again? I'm sorry. Hello, children. Hello, hello. What the heck? Lokix is cool. Bug and Dark is a cool pairing. Hello, child, children, children. Initiating restart. Professor must be having some weird connection problems or something, huh? It's definitely weird, at least. Almost like, I don't know. She meant it as a joke. It wasn't funny at all. I've still got goosebumps and all. Yep, because that's obviously a great time to unlock the person. Hang on. My new assistant has intellectual and technical skills to rival my own. A bit rigid at times, but I've got no serious complaints. Productivity is doubled. We even brought in a second Koraidon via the machine, though this one has proved aggressive. Let me read the lore. I need more time. More people, more time. That man walked out not long after the boy was born. I need another set of hands, but could they be trusted? And how long would it take them to even understand? If only there were two of me. And I think we all know what's happened now. All locks disabled. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me now? Please forgive my previous transmission. There seems to be some signal interference. That's not what that was. What do you mean, Arvin? The locks have all been disabled at last. Please make your way now to the Zero Lab, which lies at the bottom of Area 0. Alright, let's check. Okay, but what's over here? There's definitely something off about the professor just now, right? Need to go see a doctor. That's just not right. Wait, how did Sneezy lose that fight? Sneezy, you have ground coverage. Could you... Thank you. What are you trying to learn, Bubbles? Oh, you tried to learn Steel Beam by level up. Nah, we won't do that. Look, could you stop chasing us? I'm trying to battle Pokemon that Sneezy has a good enough matchup into to win. And just like that, the entire team is level 70. And that seems like a good place to be for what's coming up. Look at that. Look at the little Glimmet. They're so cute. They're just little plant thingies. I don't care if they're poisonous. I want to cuddle it. Look forward to actually being able to use Koraidon in this area. Yeah, I know 3-segmented Unsparce are rare. I know the game hard-coded Nemona to have one just to spite everyone who plays who's trying to hunt for them. Truth be told, I'm not that fussed. I've never actually been one of the people who focuses on completing the Pokédex. I don't think I've ever... I think the only games that I've ever caught every Pokemon in were Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD. Other games just haven't bothered getting everything in it. I'm still trying to think through what other runs I want to do in this game. Because there are a few possibilities I've considered. Obviously, one of them is the height lock. Because I love that in Pokemon Y, and I think that would be cool to try in other games. A few different monotype runs I've considered. But be fun to try like a normal only run in this. Maybe fairy only. Sadly, I don't think there's a practical way to do rock types only in this game because, well, you don't get... pretty sure you can't get Carkle before the second gym, and you can't get Glamora anywhere before it either, and that makes the grass type gym leader pretty much a hard stop there. Though there's a chance that with the right, like, sequence breaking, going far enough out of your way, you could find some strong, items and TMs and stuff to carry you through. Yeah, I imagine Mono Dragon is plausible. What dragons are available early game? I can't really remember. There is actually a part of me that wants to just straight up, like, do mono type runs, but instead of going out and catching the Cyclizars available before the first gym, I'd think it wouldn't be available until after the second, just from where I remember encountering them. Gumi I could see. Are we both assuming level caps here? The only place I know to get Cyclizar early is in that field just north of the second gym. And there they're running at like level 25. One thing I've considered for potential like monotype runs is actually just catching a certain Pokemon like way out of game order and then breeding it. Starting the run at that point. Of course, if I do a monotype run, I don't want to be a slave to in-game events. I'd rather not have to find something in a raid den or things along those lines. I want to see if there's like an item up here or something. There probably isn't. I'm probably wasting my time. Oh well. Can I just drop down? Thank you. And they even managed to follow somehow. But yeah, I can imagine that there's at least one Pokemon of every type before the level cap of the first gym. My only concern is whether you can actually beat the early gyms with the Pokemon available at those levels. I mean, I genuinely think it would be fun to do a mono rock run, but I don't know how practical it is to try. I'd need to actually dig into the different, the breakdowns of the different areas, do all of the research that I've been avoiding so far in the run. Got some heal balls. Just look at these guys. Look at Glamora. And before that, it's Glimmet, which is just the cutest little thing. I get that I'm just wandering around right now. I know this isn't the most interesting content, but I don't want to miss stuff. Even though, surprisingly, given all of the wandering potential in this game, it's not nearly as full as Breath of the Wild. Like, Breath of the Wild, you're finding something genuinely interesting with some unique lore or a puzzle or something to that effect around pretty much every corner. This game, it's a lot more empty, and I can't climb those things because I don't have Koraidon, which is just rude. Look at that, they're hiding items on top of these things, knowing I can't get up them during this portion because it's not letting me hop on Koraidon. I do kind of wonder why, rather than having us encounter some other Paradox Pokemon on the way down here, they had a Glimmet as the first, or a Glamora as the first one. Like, look at that. That's just rude. That is actively taunting me. Some of these are really hard to spot. Hang on. Before I do that, I'm gonna grab this. Really thought there'd be something back there. Yeah, I wish they had come up with some more interesting ways to, like, fill the world here. 'Cause I get it, I mean, there are Pokemon everywhere. And maybe if I was trying to complete the Pokédex, that would be enough for me. I'm not sure which way I came down. I think it might have been that way. But yeah, if I was trying to complete the Pokédex, maybe just having new Pokemon all over the place would have been enough for me. But as it is, when I don't really care that much about completing the Pokédex so much as doing my Nuzlocke, oh, you called the evolution team for Penny? I didn't actually, but in hindsight, it should have been pretty obvious. Like, I should have seen that one coming a mile away. Nah, I think this is just leading us back out. I did like the evolution team. You called that she would lead Umbreon? Nice. Yeah, actually the fact that she leads Umbreon was very helpful for my plan for facing her team. Because my main plan was setting up nasty plot and agility on Farigarath and going for the stored power sweep. But I was worried that she might have a dark type somewhere in the back. So being able to... She's going to lead with Umbreon. She's going to lead with Umbreon. I know it. Yeah, the fact that she led with Umbreon made it a lot easier for me to deal with her dark type right off the bat. And it made it clear right off the bat what her team setup was. Alright, you guys. It's time for one more battle. We finally reached the deepest part. We made it. Ready to see if those legends of treasure down here are for real? Yeah, right. That's just fluff they write to fill the textbooks. Okay, am I the only one who sees the massive diamond-like crystals there? There's something valuable down here. Hello, children. You've done well to make it here. The structure you see before you is the Zero Lab. That's where you are, right, Professor? But wait, why does it look like the whole place is being swallowed up by crystals? Crystals here in Area Zero possess a peculiar energy. This energy can alter the functions of living things and optimize the performance of machinery. It's the same energy that allows Pokémon to terrastalize. So this entire building's been terrastalized? Is that what you're saying? Don't be silly, Arvin. The professor implied something important about Terra Orbs just now. They're made from the crystals down here in Area Zero, aren't they? Indeed, though not many know it. Since you've disabled all 4 locks, the gate to the Zero Lab should now open for you. But once you open the gate, you will quickly be confronted with the dangerous Pokémon inside. They will likely make a break for freedom. Dangerous Pokémon? With 4 of you working together, you should be able to best them. Prepare yourselves well, then open the gate. You got me and Umbrella 2 here. Doesn't matter what we're up against, we'll be fine. Ha, well then that puts all my worries to rest. Unfortunately, while Penny has a cool team, she doesn't exactly have an especially good team. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the evolutions. Well, I love most of the evolutions. Hold it! But as a team of them, they have very little synergy. They're all single-typed. They've all got relatively similar... Like, they've all got the same stat total. They've all got similar limitations in their move pools. There are flaws with a full evolution team. Why? We're finally on the cusp of getting into the lab. Look, if it's true that a bunch of really dangerous Pokemon might come at us, then shouldn't we also have Koraidon help? Yeah, if Koraidon were like how we first saw it at in the Inlet Grotto, that'd be a huge help. I want to see it battle. But it hasn't even wanted to let us ride it ever since we came down to Area Zero. And it can't enter its battle form in the first place. But it's really strong, I know it is. It ate all those Herba Mystica we found too. When it really matters, I'm sure it'll fight. And Area Zero is where it used to live. If you bring it out of its ball now, maybe it will be able to find its family too, right? It's pretty sensible by your standards, Arvin. I don't know. No. Excuse me? Crichton, don't worry. I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you from having to battle. Oh my gosh, there's another Koraidon. It's just hanging out there on the cliff. Why do the cutscenes run so slowly in this game? Ah! Yeah, no, this ain't a family reunion. Whoa! Yeah. If you're picking on Koraidon, we're gonna have a problem. Yeah, they mentioned that the second Koraidon, or one of the Koraidon, was getting aggressive toward the other. Are you joking? There was nothing heartwarming about it. We were this close to getting caught up in a nasty brawl. Just look at Koraidon. Poor thing's terrified. Guess that other one isn't exactly its pal. Yeah, that other Pokemon was giving off some real bad vibes. Not that you should worry a thing about any of that. Once we get you back into your battle form, I'm sure you'll be going toe-to-toe against that jerk. If you want to. Koraidon, don't worry. I'm not going to have you battle that thing. Do you think that other Koraidon was one of the dangerous Pokemon the professor warned us to watch for? But didn't the professor say the dangerous Pokemon would come from inside? You mean from inside the gate we just... Hello there. She's also a social recluse who doesn't trust people. Of course her lead is Umbreon. Well, I'm feeling called out here. Not inaccurately, but still. It's pretty obvious that they're not here to roll out a friendly welcome, Matt. There's no way we can handle as many. And don't tell me they're all ancient Pokemon. We've got a little disaster on our hands here. Go for it, Nimona. Oh, we're doing it together? Cool. No offense taken, don't worry. Let's bring in Doge. Oh, dang. Really? That thing learns close combat? Like, I know it's a fighting type, but that seems like a strange choice for moveset on this thing. Wow, they're strong. Now this is a worthwhile challenge. Why are they coming at me? Umbrella 2, help me out here. Ow. Yeah, it's a grass type. My allies keep leading with Pokemon that have a disadvantage. Dang it, I was hoping it would go for Sucker Punch again. Oh, you spored Umbreon. That's rude. Can't even activate Synchronize when it's asleep. Luckily, I haven't had to terrestrialize this entire time. Yeah, but truth be told, if you're going to go with an evolution for a lead, the go-to is actually almost certainly Espeon. Simply because while it's not a natural as a lead, it's pretty natural as an anti-lead. Another running away. Yeah, and if those Pokemon get out, we're gonna have a gigantic mess on our hands. We gotta go after them, Penny. Why me? Wait, ha! Hold on, Nimona. Why do I get the feeling you're enjoying all of this? It's okay. Those two got that. Yeah, well, they've got too many evolutions to make it a single team now, so... Jeez, these things are fast. Like, that thing has to be really fast to outspeed Espeon. Or to outspeed Finny. I don't know. Bubbles, we're gonna go with you. I haven't even checked what that thing's type is, even though we encountered it a couple of times on the way down here. Got it. Koraidon. Dude, shut up. Koraidon didn't ruin your childhood. Your jerk of a mom did that. But yeah, Espeon works well as an anti-lead with its hidden ability Magic Bounce. That's the main scenario that you'd want it. Oh, and we got a free heal on the team, I think. I don't know. We're at full health anyway. Oh wait, you know, one thing that I actually want to check. So let's see, Screamtail, then recent encounters, we got Great Tusk, who's a ground fighting type, Brute Bonnet is grass and dark, And Fluttermane is Ghost and Fairy. I was thinking it might be Ghost and Rock, but Water wasn't super effective against it, so... and we've got notes on other upcoming Paradox Pokemon. Okay, we finally got rid of the dead weight that was all of our friends. Why did I just drop? Hang on. I just want to see if that happens again. Why does it keep having me floating when I enter? That's so weird. That's a concerning visual. Human presence detect... Hang on, what was... Human presence detected within the Zero Lab. The Zero Lab. Deactivating sleep mode. Hello, Umbrella 2. Thank you for coming. No, back to your ball. Yeah, Umbreon probably is her starter Eevee. That one is far less tractable and far more aggressive than the one you've traveled with. Your Koraidon fled Area Zero because it lost to the other one in a territorial struggle. I am afraid that there is something for which I must apologize. I am not the true Professor Sara. And who are you? I am an artificial intelligence the professor created, imbued with her memories and knowledge. In short, I am an AI-powered robot. The real professor passed away during the incident that destroyed Research Station Number 4. She did. The Pokémon was not to be blamed. It was the original professor who failed to accurately judge his full power. I believe the professor wanted nothing more than for the Koraidon to survive and thrive. That is why she threw herself in front of your Koraidon in an attempt to protect it. From the time I first reached out to Director Clavel and asked to be put in contact with you, I was never more than an AI. Umbrella 2, the reason I asked you to come to me is because I have one last thing to do here at the Zero Lab, and I desire your help. In short, I wish for you to put a stop to the time machine the original professor created. Any questions can be addressed as we make our descent. Follow me. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing AI Sada. Anyway, there's a bed. Let's take a nap. And there is the booster energy used for literally all of the Paradox Pokemon's abilities. Yep, Mom is dead. This elevator will take us down to the lower level. Step inside. Umbrella 2, it is truly a great relief to me that you came. I will answer any questions you may have. Is there anything you wish to know? What is this time machine? The time machine is a device that the original professor and I worked on together. It sends Pokeballs to a different point on the timeline to catch Pokemon there, and it can then draw them back here to the present. When she was alive, Professor Sada had a great fascination with Pokemon from another age. What you might call ancient Pokemon. Even as we speak, the time machine continues to automatically draw ancient Pokemon to this time. Is there anything else you wish to ask? What is an AI, really? An AI is an artificial intelligence created by a human being. A computer draws on the original professor's knowledge and memories to calculate all of my thoughts and actions. The results of those calculations are expressed by this mechanical body, built to resemble the professor in every way. Humanity does not, in fact, possess the knowledge to develop such a sophisticated AI at present. But the crystals that make up the Zero Lab have made such a thing possible here. They are also why I cannot leave this place. Is there anything else you wish to ask? What happened to the real professor? As I explained to you before, the original professor no longer exists. During the destruction of the research station, her physical body received grievous injuries that left it unable to sustain life. I am afraid that this fact may be difficult for her son, Arvin, to accept. You were getting super sus vibes when the AI professor asked you to come down to the depths with him alone? Yeah. I now manage the Area Zero lab in the original professor's place. Is there anything else you wish to ask? The original professor had a dream of a world in which ancient Pokémon might live alongside present-day Pokémon in harmony. But these Pokémon's powers seem to stem from a primal energy in the ancient past, and this energy has proved too terrible. Their very existence brings destruction to the ecological balance of this modern age. The original professor would say that such destruction is a natural part of life. At present, the barrier around Area Zero is still working to keep the ancient Pokémon from escaping into the rest of Paldea. But we've begun to see Pokémon appear that can break the barrier, such as Great Tusk. Eventually, they will break free of this walled garden known as Area Zero and run rampant across the Paldea region. And when they do, the rich and varied ecosystem of Paldea will be trampled beneath their coming. I may have been created as a copy of the professor, and yet I cannot seem to find the logic in allowing such a tragedy to occur. But any hope of preventing it would require overcoming the greatest AI that the original professor ever devised. Umbrella, too, you have become a formidable trainer. Now use that strength you have gained to destroy the dream Sada once cherished. Sure, why not? I appreciate your willingness to help. We have reached the lowest level. And here it is. Behold, this is the time machine we perfected using the power of the terrestrial phenomenon. Everyone all set? Good to go? You said no, and he went, please, I beg you, which sounds more natural in this situation. I'm just along for the ride at this point. I'm just aware that the characters are all making very questionable decisions with little to no thought about them, and I'm not going to stop them. To stop the time machine, you will need to use the Professor's ID, which has been embedded within the Scarlet book. It was very like the Professor to put the final key we would need in that book of all places. She loved that volume since childhood. If you place the Scarlet book upon the pedestal here, you will be able to stop the time machine. There is just one issue. If you try to stop the time machine, I will most likely attack you. Artificial being that I am, my own desires can be overridden by the system's programming. Once that happens, I'm afraid I will become no more than a battle machine, bound to defeat anyone identified as an obstacle by my code. My battling abilities are peerless. They are built upon analysis of all the battles carried out by the various champions of the Paldea region. Having seen the bond between you and your Pokémon, however, I believe you can prevail. Once you have readied yourself for this fight, please place the Scarlet Book upon the pedestal. See, why couldn't they have just had that be a twist? Why couldn't placing the book in the pedestal actually be a terrible thing? Like, have us get tricked. Come on. It's a more interesting storyline. ID confirmed. Professor Sada, access granted. Initiating emergency shutdown. Please wait. Please wait. Please wait. Access denied. Shutdown command overridden. Reinitializing. It's up to you now, Umbrella 2. AI Sada switching to sleep mode. Activating override controls. Please, defeat me. I'm sticking with the Russian accent. AI Sada had to boot up Russian mode. At last, my dream is within reach. And you're not getting in the way. AI Sada has initiated a battle. Sent out Slitherwing. I don't know who you think you are, but I'm not allowed to let anyone come between me and my goals. I may or may not know what types these Pokemon all kind of are. But truth be told, if I can find a way to do this quickly and easily with like a nasty plot sweep, I'm going to do it. This is the power the ancient past holds. Splendid, isn't it? Yeah, the power to do a whole, like, what, 29 damage? Go ahead and recover back to, well, we're going to lose some hit points from the next Zen Headbutt, but we can make this work. Brute Bonnet. So that's a grass and dark type. But the thing is, I've got a Goldengo at +6 special attack. So I'm gonna play the odds. Sandy Shocks. So, based on the name alone, I'd have to say electric and ground type, even if I hadn't seen that yesterday when I looked stuff up. Electric and ground type. You know, it's kind of appropriate that I'm doing this with Bubbles, because Bubbles has been on the team the longest of the surviving Pokemon. Dang, that thing's fast. Do you imagine you can best the wealth of data at my disposal with your human brain? Now this is interesting. Child, do you actually understand ancient Pokemon's weaknesses? How many Master Balls does this lady have? She must have used a Master Ball duping glitch. Oh, I thought I would outspeed. Now you're in trouble. Faction mechanics. And the last Pokemon, Roaring Moon. Everything is proceeding within my expectations. I'm afraid the probability of your winning is 0. Booster energy was used up. It now has more attack. If I recall correctly, this thing is part dark type. Finny is bulky as heck. Honestly, it genuinely doesn't surprise me that this thing has gotten banned in competitive Pokemon. I defeated AI Sada. But did I? Let's think about this for a sec, because I think there's a strong chance that I did not actually defeat AI Sada. Because I have yet to battle a legendary Pokemon. Umbrella 2. What is this? Did you really beat all the baddies without me? Okay, out with it, you. Who are you, really? Thank you for everything. The time machine has finally... She has finally been stopped. You're not really my mom, are you? Oh, look how big you've grown. So proud of you, my... Sorry, you are alone so long, Arven. Security system failure, security system failure. Threat to time machine detected. Threat to time machine detective. Whoa, what's going on now? Is another army of Pokemon on its way here? It cannot be. An obstacle is preventing the time machine from performing as intended. Activating Paradise Protection Protocol to remove the offending obstacle. What? Was keeping the time machine running truly all the professor cared about? Locking all Pokeballs except those registered to Sada's ID. Program initializing, gathering terrestrial energy. I'm sorry, children. This is too much for you. You must run. AI SADA disabled. Paradise Protection Program enabled. Activated. You are not getting in my way. You are challenged by the Paradise Protection Protocol. And they did some funky color stuff with that Master Ball. It was like black and red. Yeah, it's pretty obvious what you have to do here. Only Pokeballs registered to Professor Sada can be unlocked right now, which is a heck of a doomsday mechanic. And just like that, we unlock Battle Mode Koraidon. Or Koraidon. Rah, grah. Koraidon, the Guardian of Paradise. Koraidon's Orichalcum Pulse. The trouble is, I know their type. Koraidon is fighting and dragon. That said, the only natural choice is to go for Collision Course. And the cheering is going to probably give it random stat boosts. You will fall here, within this garden paradise. achieving nothing in the end. Would you mind letting me terrestrialize Koraidon? You will not be allowed to destroy my paradise. Obstacles to my goals will be terminated. This looks like it could be bad. Hang in there, Umbrella 2. The data say I am superior. And become... I can't read it fast enough in the Russian accent. I'm guessing this battle is mostly scripted, because if not, then, like, there's no way I win this. Koraidon's attack rose sharply. The trouble is, even if I terrestrialize, it outspeeds me. Defense, special attack. Ah, that's how they're doing. They're just going to drop in a random Omni boost. This is so scripted. I would have terrestrialized from the word go, but it wasn't letting me. You defeated the Paradise Protection Protocol. Pokemon in this game really just said, no, we're not going to give you a bad guy. We're going to have a group of students who were bullied, and we're going to have the big bad at the end be someone who died long before the game finished, before the game started. It's not going berserk anymore? How? Very astounding. To think that you would manage to defy even the original professor's final protections. You back to normal? Yes, a completely unforeseen outcome, even for an AI possessing the most sophisticated technology ever conceived. Even on the brink of despair, you children did not give in and instead proved your worthiness, showing the wisdom to think for yourselves, the courage to hold faith in your friends, and the fortitude to do what had to be done. No matter how difficult your own past may have been, I believe you will be capable of walking whatever path you choose now for yourselves. With pride, I thank you, Umbrella 2, and thank all of you children. But I am afraid the time machine cannot be put to a complete stop so long as I am here. It appears that I myself am part of the system that ensures the machine reboots when stopped. What does that mean? I am sorry. You know, when I was watching you all on your adventures from down here, I felt a sense of jealousy. I envied your freedom. The way you came together, working in league with your fellows and caring for them. The way that you sought strength and to better yourself, throwing all you are into your battles. The way that you would face down even the greatest enemies to save that which you loved. The way you never cease to seek, nor to fight for treasure all your own. Agigi. Ah, and the way that you soared free through the very skies on those wings of yours. I wish that I too might be free as you all, free to seek out that which I might treasure above all else, not bound. Your own treasure. As long as I remain here, the time machine will not stop, for I am inextricably connected to it. So I've made a decision. I will use the time machine to journey to the world of the ancient past that I have dreamed of. You can't just leave right now, right when we finally reached you. I am not going only so that the time machine can be stopped. I also cannot deny my desire to see that ancient world for myself. This is what it feels like to have your heart race with the thrill of adventure. Arvin, I am sorry I kept the truth from you for so long. I inherited all the thoughts and wishes of the professor, and so I understand better than any. Okay, that's complete bullcrap, and we're moving on. You can't. You can't just go and say a thing like that now. Especially since everything you've demonstrated shows that that's not really justified. Like, her actions didn't speak to that claim. No, I suppose you're right. I am sorry. Arvin, Coraidon, Umbrella too. It is a little sad, but I'm afraid this is goodbye. Mom! Farewell, my free adventurers. I bid you adieu. How could you just go? I wasn't your mom, dude. I was a far more caring individual than your mom, but still. Arvin, you okay, bud? Yeah, somewhere deep down I kind of already knew it. I knew that thing was fake, but when it said my name using her voice and wearing her face, even if it was fake, it felt real, you know? And so it was using a Russian accent, Arvin. It had to reboot to the Russian protocol. Like, I really don't think that was your mom's voice. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. Arvin's probably gonna need to go to group therapy with N. Yeah, that's fair. I encourage that. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. That's okay. Yes. I guess Coraidon is sad too. Oh, but that battle form, how cool is that? It's so strong. If it tries to nudge at me for a belly rub while it's huge like this, I seriously think I'm gonna die. Hey now, let's not skip over the big win here. Umbrella 2 and Coraidon just saved all of Paldea. That's right, you both did amazing. Thanks, Umbrella 2. Yeah, that's my bud Umbrella 2 for you. You know, Arvin, even though the professor's gone, I bet she's finally having a real fun adventure of her own in the past. Yeah, thanks, Penny. Yeah, sorry. What should we do now, Umbrella 2? Would you like to say leave or leave? Let's head out. Come on, everyone. Let's get out of here and make our way home. We got another of those long loading screens. I genuinely wonder what would have happened if they moved a fraction of the effort they put into the graphics for, like, the cutscenes and terastallizing and stuff. If they put a fraction of that effort into actually making the game run. There we go. Dot, dot, dot. Okay, everybody, listen up. What is it? Let's take the long road home and get a little more fun out of this adventure. I don't really... Sounds great. If we can load up on snacks first, I'm in. Hey, Umbrella too, not you too. Oh, alright, fine. I guess we're doing this. Ah, and cue Ed Sheeran. Alrighty. Something about that little interaction. The shoulder pat from Arvin felt really real, you know? Yeah. No, like, during the game, I would genuinely say that Arvin was my favorite character. In the post-game, he spontaneously turned into an absolute jerk. I guess we could hypothetically put that down from the stress of suddenly being ordered around by his absentee mom, but... Still, it's... In the bulk of the game, I quite liked Arvin. Like, genuinely a sympathetic goal. He's just trying to help out his dog. And, you know, he's just annoyed by constantly being lined up next to the mom that he literally hasn't seen in years. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know whether this song is going to be an issue. That's partly why I'm trying to talk over it a lot, because I figure that might help. I suppose I could always cut the desktop audio. But yeah. I'm curious, actually. Okay, so if I cut it at, like... Well... If I cut the VOD down by a bit... Who knows? The system of restrictions on music in games and stuff is absurdly annoying, to say the least, but It'll be interesting to see how... Honestly, this would be such a good game if it was just actually a finished game. If it actually ran properly. That's the sad thing, is like... I can already guarantee this is going to go down as being considered one of the worst Pokemon games. And that's so sad because it has so many good features that are just so hard to accept, so hard to attend to when you literally have no... when the game just doesn't run correctly. It would be... Oh, I guess I can unmute it now. The song's over. It would be so nice if they had just taken an extra year, year and a half on production and made the game run. But instead, no. They're dead set on having the game releases line up with the anime releases and having no break in between them. Yeah. Because, like, I still know that I'm going to play this game a few more times. It's a Pokemon game. It's kind of a given. And it has a lot of great Nuzlocke potential. Thank you, treasured friends. Thank you, too. It has a lot of Nuzlocke potential. And some great new Pokemon. Like, that's the thing. The game doesn't work, but it's a Pokemon game, and that's a positive for me. Yeah, the photo is very wholesome. Ding dong dong ding. Calling students to the director's office. Umbrella 2, Nimona, Arvin, Penny. Director Clavel would like to see you in his office. If you select Crydon while the main menu is open, you can now have it change between its battle form and its ride form. I don't know what that actually means. That probably just means that I can add it to the team. And here we have Crydon, the Paradox Pokemon. Apex build. Fighting and Dragon type? This seems to be the Winged King mentioned in an old expedition journal. It was said to have split the land with its bare fists. Got Screamtail. And we battled some other Pokemon like Roaring Moon, Sandy Shocks, Screamtail, Slitherwing. And we unlocked notes like Miraidon and a couple of the Paradox Pokemon from the future. But yeah, like, there are honestly some really amazing designs for Pokemon. I mean, okay, admittedly, the other starter lines are just kind of a disappointment. Quackavoll is... it's just kind of dumb. Meowscarada isn't a bad design in itself, but the fact that Pokemon keeps turning every cat into furry bait is a bit depressing. Like, sure, have a few in there. I don't mind that, but every one of them, it gets old. Skeledirge and its line, on the other hand, are just fantastic designs all the way through. And making an electric fighting type for this time's Pika clone is nice. Clodsire, my beloved, just look at him. Tandemouse and Mousehold, I genuinely think are such an incredibly cool setup that they've actually inspired what might potentially be a Nuzlocke in itself. So there is one weird idea that I've come up with for a Nuzlocke of this game, which is a Nuzlocke using only Pokemon with multiple faces. Because they actually have a surprising number. Like, they've got Diglett, they've got Doug Trio, they've got Wug Trio, we got Combee here, Mousehold, or Tandemouse and Mousehold. Like, there's a decent number of Pokemon that just have multiple faces. Oh, Magneton. I'm trying to think of others. I can't remember. I don't think they have execute in this. Otherwise, that would be a valid option. Oh, actually, Skeledirge kind of qualifies because it has its own face and then it has the little bird on its beak that has a face as well. Girafarig and Farigiraf. That's another pair of faces. Oh, let's see, who else? You know, one thing I will say, I'm kind of sad that I didn't realize earlier on that Paldean Tauros has multiple forms. Oh, Mimikyu. There's another one with multiple faces. Scovillain. Ah, there's Wug Trio. I wonder why they had Wiglet turn red when it evolved. Ah, probably my favorite Pokemon with multiple faces. Phalanx. What's over here? Oh yeah, it's... Oh wait, there's another one with multiple faces. Dragapult. Because it's got its own face, but then it's got the little dreepies. Main issue is that design-wise, Pokemon are starting to commit too much to themes. Yeah, I guess I can see that. I mean, I don't mind the theme overall of this generation. I just feel like, of this generation's starters, I just feel like they could have executed it better. Oh, speaking of multiple faces though, Slowbro or Slowking, both are options. Nah, not Electros. I had to think for a second there, but nope. Just the one face and then mouths on its hands. Zweilous and Hydreigon. Like, there are a lot of really cool Pokemon in this game that have literally multiple faces. And that would be kind of cool to do a run. I'd probably wind up having to use Wiglet, which I avoided like the plague during this run because of how frail it is. I just made assumptions based on the fact that it's that it's made to resemble Diglett. I kind of just figured that its stats would be similar, and having looked them up, I am right. Oh, fine. Let's go to the director's office. Yeah, see, the over-dedication to gimmicks is genuinely a big problem. And here's the thing about this game. One of the things I said prior to this game coming out... is that I'd really like it if they had, instead of a generational gimmick, a generational development. Because, you know, back in the early generations of Pokemon, Gen 2 came around and introduced held items. It also added a couple of new types. Gen 3 introduced abilities. Gen 4 had the physical special split. Gen 5 had hidden abilities. Those were developments. But then in Gen 6, they started introducing gimmicks that would only last for a couple of generations. And all of them had to be thrown out for one reason or another. Mega Evolution overly focused on certain Pokemon, especially Pokemon that didn't really need it. Z moves were just heavily uninteresting, and at the same time were kind of overpowered the one turn that they got used. Dynamax over-centralized the battle on a 3-turn period, where everything that happened there was effectively more important to the battle than everything that happened at other times. All of those had their flaws. I genuinely think that terrestrialization is a well-executed generational gimmick, and that makes me so mad that I know it's going to vanish in the next generation because, well, they designed it as a one-generation thing. Give us developments. There's got to be some options that you haven't considered, Pokemon. Would you join us, Master Umbrella 2? We're in for an earful, aren't we? Guess we'll find out soon enough. No need for concern, you two. I'm not angry in the slightest. Merely called you to discuss your fine achievements in this year's treasure hunt. You shut down the professor's time machine and thus prevented the ancient Pokémon from running rampant across Paldea. Your actions were truly outstanding in every regard, and I couldn't be prouder of you all. Though your decision to enter a strictly off-limits area was admittedly regrettable. I assumed that it was okay since we had clearance from the scientists, but I guess that was a questionable assumption. However, since this was necessary to protect Paldea and its precious ecosystems, I'm willing to overlook that particular point. So we're not getting raked over the coals after all. See, Cinderfay, with what you're saying there about, like, what you could actually imagine in the wild, I actually think that's a positive for Skeletors, because you could totally imagine, like, a herd of Skeletors living in a volcano and, like, swimming through it and such. That could actually be really cool. Which still makes me sad that there's no volcano in this region. Oh, before I forget, Master Umbrella 2, there's something I'd like you to have. Each of your friends has received one already, so this one is for you. A Master Ball. Oh, and about the Hall of Fame badge I gave you a short while ago. That gift is one we bestow only upon students who achieve truly remarkable feats. I expect you to honor what that badge represents by striving to always serve as a model for your fellow students. Sure, why not? And Master Arvin, I was so sorry to hear about the professor. You have my deepest condolences. Well, yeah, it was pretty rough when I found out my mom had died. Weirdly enough, my head actually feels clear now, for the first time in ages. In the Great Crater, I got to learn a bit about my mom's research and what she was trying to achieve down there. I guess if you're building something as mind-blowing as a time machine, that takes priority over showering your son with attention, huh? No, that's still called bad parenting. All I know is I'm done feeling like some lost little kid. Done. Time to say goodbye and move on. Good for you, Arvin. Remember to go to therapy, though. I'm gonna enjoy every last day till graduation with my buds here, and my Bostiff, of course. Well said, Master Arvin. You are truly your mother's son. Of course, I must remind you that you've nowhere near enough credits to graduate. You'll need to study frantically to catch up, but I have every expectation of your success. But, and let us not forget the other good news. Our academy has a new champion. Though we sadly cannot make your valiant deeds in the Great Crater known to the public, your new champion rank, at least, should be celebrated throughout the whole school. Oh, I know how we should celebrate. We should hold a Pokemon battle contest. Seriously? Could we not? Classic Nimona. Pokemon battle contest, you say? While your own vested interests in such a venture are more than apparent, Miss Nimona, I think it's a fine idea. But please understand that a large-scale event will be quite beyond us. We've many other school activities to keep an eye on, after all. Pardon my intrusion, I couldn't help it over here. La Primera. Backwards evolution. Could be an interesting concept. The Pokemon League will, of course, happily lend a hand in organizing this contest. La Primera? A most kind offer, Chairwoman Gita. I do everything in my power to nurture young, up-and-coming talent. Though that's not to say only the youth have promise when it comes to Pokemon battles. Former gym leader, the developer of the Pokédex app, this academy clearly counts many skilled trainers of Pokemon among its staff. As such, my suggestion is as follows. Students and staff should compete for the title of the strongest trainer at the academy. Whoa, we get to battle the teachers? You'd compete too, right, Primera? Is that even allowed? The chairwoman's not part of the academy, right? Actually, I think she's the chairwoman of the school board as well as the Pokemon League. Thank you for the invitation, Champion Nimona. I would gladly take up your kind offer to compete alongside you all, but I'm afraid my schedule is already packed tight with the work that I simply must attend to. Can't you free up time somehow? I suppose I might be able to agree to participate if Champion Umbrella 2 would agree to lend me a hand with my work. Fine. Go out and inspect Paldea's gyms. Yes. This will also provide the perfect stage for your first appearance as a new champion. Since all the gym leaders will still be expecting me to carry out the inspection, I imagine they'll have mustered their full strength. I dare say they might be more of a challenge than when you faced them before. You get to have all-out battles with the gym leaders? Man, I'm jealous. Now then, on to another crucial matter. I'd like to discuss with Penny here how to patch the weaknesses in our league point system. But there's a bunch of anime I've missed that I was just gonna binge. Why is Penny such a mood? Thank you in advance for your willing and eager cooperation. I'll do it. I'll help. Let me help. Excellent. We'll leave you all to it then. Come now, Penny. Poor girl. And Arvin is going to provide snacks. And just like that, I'm pretty sure that is the whole of the game sorted. Now there's post-game stuff, but I don't know if we'll continue with that. However, given that it is the end of the game, there is one thing that we can do. All of these guys are free to come out of the graveyard now. But I don't think any of the gameplay on this file will actually take place in streams. I think that's where we're going to call it for this game. We have a dozen, actually. Had we continued this run to the end of the game, we would have 11 surviving Pokemon. Admittedly, I didn't bother with a level cap for the AI SADA battle. But yeah, we had 11 Pokemon survive the whole thing. Many other friends we found along the way, including a few stray shinies. But I think that is where we're going to call it. Question is, where do I want to go stand for the final moments of the stream? I think the answer is actually pretty obvious. Oh. Is that destination still showing up there? Well, here we are. The end of another game. And with new games coming up in front of us, and more importantly than anything else, we got some gimme coin right here. Hello. And you know what? Actually, to finish it up, we'll put out a picnic table. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Let's see if we got someone to raid. They're all covered in frost. Doesn't look like we've got anyone to raid, so we're just gonna go ahead and call it there. On Monday, we'll be back with Octopath Traveler. We're getting pretty close to finishing that up too. And I do have a game planned for next weekend. And who knows how long I'll decide to wait before doing another Nuzlocke. I think that the next run I do in Pokemon is going to be fighting types only in Pokemon Platinum. Because that looks like a very fun challenge with a couple of major tricky portions, not the least of which is the third gym badge, which... Ghost types. Should be interesting. But anyway, thanks for everyone who hung out and chatted, and I hope to see y'all next time. Later, folks.